200 is presented by Moon Guide. Plan your best hunt.
Welcome to the 10th season of Team 200. You know, over the years, the motto for our show has been going after the most mature animals in your area, no matter where you lived. And we've had some absolutely world-class animals taken by the team over the years. In 2022, Team 200 has kept up with the tradition, and we've got some absolutely giants that were put on the ground this year. So stay with us right here for season 10 of Team 200.
I feel like my hunting seasons are kind of on autopilot now, and it always starts, it seems like, early September, youth seasons, and that obviously leads into elk hunting. And this year I was going down there with Wade Fatul, who had some unfinished business from the year before.
I'm back in New Mexico, sitting over some water. Wade filmed a giant bull a couple days ago. What a rush.
This past season for me was just an incredible year. I had shooting an elk with a recurve on my bucket list for some years. It all panned out, was just incredible. What an amazing creature, God's creation. It was an incredible hunt, and I don't even know what to say.
I was fortunate enough to shoot at a bull the same night Wade killed his bull, and I missed, but I actually went back down there like a week later and just had an incredible encounter with another big bull. Look at that giant. I got the kids out again, and we had a cold front coming off of a red moon. I was able to get Flint in the zone, who had a busy fall with football, basketball. You know how high school sports can be. And first night in the blind on this big buck. Big eight-pointer. Right.
Oh, he's down right there. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's a beast. Dude, that is a giant.
Then late season rolls back around, and this time I had a little window to get my daughter out. Again, high school, she's a senior, and we had a red moon. It was cold, and we had a new big 10-pointer show up, and I told her it's either going to be her or me, and I really didn't want to hunt over bait late season.
He's down.
You know, she knocked it out of the park, killed a big buck, and I was so satisfied with my two kids killing those two big deer on a property that we set up to manage that year. Congrats, Trin. Anything?
Big buck down.
So this past year, awesome again to be in God's creation and experience just the season of whitetail hunting. A lot of the life lessons you get from hunting you can use in all of life. And so I had a bunch of them this past season.
I took about a 20-yard shot, maybe 25, I'm not sure, but it looked good, but a little back. So we're gonna give him time.
Our season, it didn't start off real good. And the reason it didn't start off good is because we usually draw for Wyoming. We usually draw for Kansas, and my son and I, Noah, didn't draw for either state, but we did have Canada. It's funny, the deer that I eventually killed my son Noah also killed from the same tree.
I want to thank my dad for finding this deer. I couldn't have done it without him.
So this year was a really good one. It was a year that I concentrated hard on whitetail again, and I got 6 pretty good bucks. Started in South Carolina early season. We opened there August 15th and shot 2 nice ones there early in Velvet, and that was a lot of fun, always hunting in your home state, and being able to get it done there is good. And then kind of went on the travel route and went up to Alberta and shot a really good mule deer up there. He was a 209-inch mule deer, my biggest buck to date, and was just really fired up to get him. And from Alberta, started planning on hunting a deer that I've got a lot of history with. In Kansas, we called him the Tracks buck. You know, this year he was 9.5, and I was able to get an arrow in him and get him killed. Finished up my year down in Mexico and shot 2 nice bucks down there. So it was a heck of a year, 7 bucks, and it was also a really good year for Osseo. You know, we started this thing in 2019, and it has grown 50% every year. And now we're really getting a lot of guys that have used it and like it, and continuing to spread the word about the brand. And I think it's helping a lot of guys with their whitetail tree stand bow hunting, and that's, you know, what we're all about, and something we're going to continue to strive to do.
This scrape lure, I run this right from October, end of September, right on through the November season up here in Canada. And I mean, this stuff right here, this is the best of the best. On the Red Moon, day 2, I kill my target deer. We'll talk about the Red Moon for a second. This deer has been totally nocturnal on us all year. We've got a lot of history with this deer this season, and all we've got on him is complete nocturnalness. And today, on the Red Moon, 9:30, we gave him a dirt nap. Running on a scrape line, that's where we love to hunt these big deer up here. And all I run is raw frozen scents on the scrape line, and I even start running this as in September. And it's a phenomenal product. I can't say thank you enough.
Pretty deep in the mountains of Yukon right now, waiting for this big old grizzly bear.
We come up here chasing a Pacific bear, and day 5, it all came together.
He's been on this bait. I've had him on this bait since 2020, sorry. And we never laid eyes on him ever. We had him here 3 years, and we just, I just put a deep impact right through him.
Sweet November. It don't get no better. Team 200, my first year on the team.
Hey, I'm Tarif Alkatib. I'm from Texas. I'm a Texas State Trooper, and I've been doing it for 14 years now. I first got started into watching Team 200 when it first came out. I've been watching every season, and I was very fortunate enough to be contacted by Adam Hayes earlier this summer, and to get brought on board and start filming my hunts. I've been very fortunate to take some world-class animals with my bow, my biggest being 199 5/8 inches, and added another deer over the 170 mark this year. You know, it's not about sometimes the score, it's about the history with the animals that you have. And the 2 bucks that I was fortunate enough to take this year, I had a lot of history with them. And so there was a good story behind each buck that I was able to take.
And see, he's a 9.5-year-old buck.
Double drop tines coming off this side. Just a magnificent animal to get a chance to harvest and get it all on camera.
Going into season this past year, I had a lot to look forward to. Thought I had a pretty good game plan. You know, I'm hunting my home farm in Ohio. I've got a really good buck that I've been watching the last 3 years that's on my personal hit list. I had a really good wide, mature 8-point that my nephew Logan was going to be targeting. So I felt like I had Ohio covered. I was going to be heading back to Illinois, had my Illinois tag, and a couple bucks that had made it through the season last year. Really big deer, one especially. I think it was just a world-class 8-point with a drop that I was really excited to hunt. Felt like I had a solid game plan, but as plans go and as deer hunting goes, it just never seems to work out the way you think it's going to. Hoping this red moon here for this last weekend is gonna be the golden ticket for us, because that's the only real common denominator of when this buck has shown up in the daylight. It's been on the red moon every time. It has been a long, frustrating 4 months so far. I have not filled a buck tag in Illinois, Kansas, or Ohio, so it's been a struggle, but we are going down swinging. Such a tough season, and to wind it up like this with this amazing of an animal that I've been after since early October, I just could not be happier.
This fall, be sure to enter your red moon kill in the first annual Moon Guide Big Buck Contest, presented by Big and J Long Range Attractants.
So this past year was the first annual Moon Guide Big Buck Contest, and there were 4 categories in this contest. The biggest buck killed by a youth, biggest bow kill.
Look at this! Oh my gosh!
Biggest gun kill, and as you're about to see, the biggest buck killed on video.
This was my 4th evening sit. I put 1 morning sit in there. 4th evening sit, and the red moon said field edge at 7:35. Well, he came out to a field edge at 7:44 is when or 7:43 is when I pulled the trigger. I'm glad to have Hippie on the ground and all 3 of the kids here to see him. It was a fun hunt, and what a beautiful, gnarly, massive Kansas buck.
10 years is really a milestone in this industry and for this show, and I just really gotta, say a big thank you from myself and the team to all of our loyal sponsors. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do what we do, so thank you.